Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Who's ready for the LVO? I know that I am. I hope you all are having a lovely evening or morning or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. It is a little bit late for me here. I have the best boy with me, and we are here to watch the LVO. Now, we have about a half an hour before the LVO actually begins and we start seeing the previews. And I figured while we were waiting, we could check out a few things that's been out on the Warhammer community site that I haven't really chatted with you guys about, we haven't really talked about. And one of the first things that I wanted to chat about was the fact that, we're returning to Cadia, boys. This was a big, I had not really heard rumors of this. I also have been avoiding rumors, but this was super cool to see.
Coming back was a bad idea.
We had to come.
Did we? Something.
I hadn't noticed his face the first time I watched this. Also, Chaos Greats. Can we just pay attention to where was his beautiful face? This guy. What was that? That was an amazing expression. I love it.
You can use period and comma.
Period and comma?
Yeah.
Where's my period button?
Where it is on every keyboard.
There we go. Oh my god, amazing. Can we go away? All right, hold on. Let's go. He shoots. He or she, I can't tell. I think it's a dude, is stressed the heck out. Also, to everybody, to Longbeard Dan, it's now, yes, you're right. It is now a catch stream. He immediately settled onto my desk with one of his little paws. He wants to help start the stream and end the stream, so he's a great boy. Here, do you want to be up there with both of them? Would that be more comfortable for you? You can do that. Yes. Also, Paul, thank you so much. I am sad about his diagnosis as well. To be fair, it's something that we've known about. I don't want to spend a lot of time dwelling on it today because this is supposed to be a stream where we're talking about exciting things, like all the new stuff coming to Warhammer. And I don't want my personal drama to be dragging it into it. But for those of you that are wondering, if you're looking at my face going, are her eyes a little puffy? Has she been crying? Yes. We got some bad news about our little boy here from the vet. We don't think that he has a lot of time left with us. So we're going to be spending as much time as possible with him. And he's a little drugged right now. That's why he's actually as lethargic as he is. So don't worry. He's actually been eating fine. He's been doing really well. But he does have kidney disease, which is very common in cats, and it is in the late stages, and he unfortunately does not have a lot of time left. And that's all I want to say about it. Thank you for your support. I appreciate that. I'm sure we'll talk about this again later. But for right now, let's focus on Warhammer and all the cool things that we're going to see, which I really hope. I didn't actually look, and we have to load more of these. Okay, so if we come here, I wanted to open this because have I watched this trailer? I don't know if I've actually watched this trailer, so let's watch the LVO trailer. And
it's almost time for the next Warhammer preview, and we've got some really cool stuff to show you, right?
We do indeed. We've got stuff from the Age of Sigmar, we've got stuff from Warhammer 40,000, from Necromunda, and the Old World.
Okay, so this one I feel like is definitely either going to be Old World or Age of Sigmar because we've got an undead horse. So I feel like very much or you just curl.
You don't want to miss this one. Whatever you do, make sure you tune in. See you there.
Let me adjust, boy, and I'll give you a little bit more space to curl. Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Space King! Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, His Majesty has been adjusted. Let's close that. Let's on full screen there. So that actually didn't really show us that much. So I wanted to talk about these silhouettes specifically. Mainly this one, because I'm like, what is this? I think is this tied to the Tau? Is there some sort of Tau worm creature? Because this is obviously going to be something for probably Titanicus and or maybe it's a full-size Titan for Horus Heresy. Actually, no, we're not getting Titanicus in this. So yeah, it's probably... Are we getting Horus Heresy in this?
Are you getting Legion Imperialis? Because Titanicus could be in that.
So in this we are getting Black Library, Old World, Age of Sigmar, Warhammer, and Necromunda.
Okay.
So in that instance, is this a Black Library Knight? Are we getting Knights next for Codexes in 10th edition, perhaps? You think this is an OCR Bone Reaper? I would agree. The helm is the biggest thing that's kind of throwing me off because it's bat wings. And so I'm like, is it a vampire? But the undead horse really does make me think OCR Bone Reaper. I'm totally there with you, Ryan. Oh, I completely understand that, Ethan. My biggest problem with Warhammer Plus is exactly the same reason. They don't have enough consistency, and quality is sometimes hit or miss. And a lot of what I feel like they do post should just be free on YouTube, in my opinion. But that's just me. You think this one's probably Black Library? The blue one is 100% a Black Knight? Yeah, you're probably right, Robert. You're probably very correct like that. So, the bug. The bug is the one that I'm most curious about. Because this, to me, reads as an orc of some variety. Haunched back. We've got horns. We've got a sort of tribal-looking thing. I'm assuming this is Oryx. This looks chaos, so I'm assuming we are seeing Noise Marines? Have we seen the reveal of the Noise Marines yet?
Just teasers, I think.
Okay, so probably Noise Marines. So this is probably Noise Marines. The green one's a centipede. So is that Tau? What is that for, though? Oh, Necromunda. That's what we're getting for Necrom. Oh, is it a mount?
Some kind of insect from the
Well,
hive.
yeah, well, because remember they had those other, like, insecty little long-legged tick-looking things?
Yeah.
That were in one of the editions, one of the, like, starter sets, I think, for Necromunda. He is just completely snugged into my lap, by the way. You can see the mound of his, like, shoulders. But he's just, like, lethargic there. Which is great. Can you hand me the water, please? I don't want to, like, lean and disturb him. Thank you. The orange is 100% a Thanatar. Thanatar. Is that a specific type of knight? Could be beastmen in the middle. Ooh, that's a good point. They do have, they have been talking about beastmen recently, haven't they? This is definitely, we can all agree that this is a Noise Marine, right? That one's definitive. There's no way it's not chaos, and it's pink. Literally, it's pink. They put him in a pink background, and that kind of looks like some of the Noise Marine new weapons that we've seen them do. I'm curious what the swooping thing is. Like, is that a tail? Is it, like, a random thing in there to throw us off? Like, that's the only piece of this model that doesn't make sense to me, because it doesn't seem like it attaches... It has to... Oh, well, maybe it's a whip. Maybe it attaches to this weapon. Oh, you think it's Lucius? You know, I could see that.
With the whip, yes.
Yes,
actually,
I could see that then, because yeah, knowing that. Okay, sick. So we've got Lucius.
I just discovered something terrifying for McDonald's.
Oh no!
They're bringing Pokemon cards back to Happy Meals next week.
Oh shit, that's gonna destroy
People
them.
are going to die.
Yeah. God, I'm so... and yeah, that's gonna be terrible. Okay, so yes, we got Lucius the Eternal. We have a worm for Necromunda. Am I being super loud? Sorry.
Although, just because he's laying in your lap, I don't want...
Oh, you're right. You're right.
The mic picks you up fine.
Okay, good. Pen me, please.
You good?
I'm convinced. Definitely Lucius. So Lucius, Thanatar, Beastman, Shaman, some bug thing, and a Black Knight. Mark your words. Okay, Robert, I'm marking them in my mind. I'm so excited about it. I'm very excited to see. I'm really here for Emperor's Children. Although I really am curious about that bug thing. It's so cute looking. I like critters. By the way, the Thanatars and the Mechanicus. Oh, from. Oh, you really think so? You think they're bringing that? But wait, we're not getting anything for Horus Heresy though. So what's that? Oh, is that the Black Library? No way. Wait, that's this is going to be the Black Knight from Mechanicum? Like the one in the book? Oh shit, GW, no, don't do that to me.
Kudos to you for remembering that, man.
No, that's Robert calling it out in the in chat. He was saying, by the way, Thanatar is the Mechanicum construct from the Horus Heresy. Which means that he's the one from Mechanicus, right? Like, from the book? Surely there's got to be some nice 3D printable versions of a Lucius out there. A haughty man with in power armor with a whip? Surely. Oh, you already have the Thanatars? It's not a knight? Okay, it's a robot. Oh, is it the AI robot thingy from the book?
Oh, that was pursuing them, like, through the tunnels.
Oh.
I mean, maybe.
Interesting.
Oh, if it's from Horus Heresy, that would make sense, yeah.
Well, because I think, we're not getting Horus Heresy reveals, but we are getting a Black Library reveal. So if it is tied to the novel...
I don't think they would do something for a book that came out like 15 years ago.
That just seems... Yeah, I agree. That seems kind of weird.
And normally...
I mean, I believe that you're probably right, because, like, it does... I mean, it's definitely a large robot-like thing. Fascinating. I'm so excited to watch. Oh, don't worry, Halfman. It's fine. We're just having fun speculating on what we're getting. Lucius is so exciting. I'm excited to see actually what happens with the Beastmen. I feel like, gosh, when was the last time we got any kind of Beastmen reveal? It's been ages, right? Like, the last time we saw something for Beastmen, like, specifically would have been a Warcry set, maybe? Like, when was the last Age of Sigmar update for them? Surely it's been several years. See if I can slide myself in a little sideways. This, yes. There we go.
You can move the camera a bit, too.
Oh, I'm fine in camera. I was more just, I didn't want to bump his head. Oh. So I was trying to turn the chair. But I needed my elbow rest to move. Oh, that's right. We did get that new Beast Lord. You're right, Longbeard Dan. Greetings, Edgar. Welcome to the stream.
That was a very strange sentence out of context. We did get that Beast War.
Beast Lord.
I heard Beast War, and I was watching Transformers stuff earlier, so we did get that Beast War, Long-Bearded Dan. Beast War by Long-Bearded Dan is the new name of my prog rock band.
Love it. I love it. The one that's gonna be possibly the Beastmen. Yeah, no, that one, I do like that one. I'm quite intrigued by all of them, because, I mean, in theory, we have a vampire, a cool worm thing, a Beastman, a giant robot, and a delicious, probably horrifying-looking, power-armored whip boy. And it's gonna be amazing. He's gonna be... God, the amount of filigree and bullshit on him should be intense, and they better not disappoint me. Oh, that's right. We did. Was it only last year? God, it feels like it was ages ago. Is that when we got the big guy with the horns and the... Was it like whips around him or something? You know which one I'm talking about, right?
You're talking about like the demigod for the Beastmen?
Yeah, like for the... It was like, oh, what was the world? It was like... Dude, ogres do need more love. Shout out to the ogres. They absolutely need more love. Oh, one other thing while we're talking about stuff, while we still got some time. Joy Toy finally get into the Age of Sigmar figures, which I'm actually quite excited to see. As somebody who adores not only the 40k line for them, but also what they've done for Infinity, as well as their just homebrew stuff, which is really cool. Like, seeing the Age of Sigmar characters, very, very awesome. I'm not like super thrilled by, I'm not super thrilled by the fact that, of course, they are just starting with the Stormcast Eternal. However, they at least went with the more modern Stormcast Eternal, which do, I think, have much cooler looks. I also find it very interesting that in all these previews, they left them unhelmeted. Is that something they're doing more, like, lore-wise, to give them more personality and to allow people to connect to them a bit more, as they're unhelmeting them a lot?
Well, I suspect if they're the main characters in the books.
That makes us... oh, yeah, these guys are probably from one of the books, aren't they?
I would have to
Oh, they're Black Talon. That's why they're so familiar. Okay, so these are the characters from Black Talon from the Warhammer Plus series. Or which is a Warhammer Plus series. The one that actually excites me the most is the elf. Like, that's cool. She's awesome. I love the staff. I want to see more elves. I want more spiky shoulders. And the only thing that makes me sad is they aren't doing these figures for the old world, because, oh god, imagine a Marathi. For, like, pointy boobs. It would have been so good. Sadly, I don't think we'll get... Well, I mean, Marathi still exists in Age of Sigmar, so maybe we'll get her, but she's mostly snake form now, right? Can she transform? I don't actually know.
Yes.
Okay, she can.
Marathi?
Modernly, in Age of Sigmar? Okay. Oh, right, because did she fuse with Slaanesh or something? Is that what it was? Or, I don't remember. I feel like that was ages ago.
She took it like a part of his aspect.
Okay,
his essence,
got it.
Which
Oh
gave
yeah,
her, like,
this got revealed.
Immortality and demigodness.
I see. This got revealed recently for the Herald console, which can we all appreciate his glorious unhelmeted head? I love that scar. I love the paint job that they just did on this face. Because all of these little, like... Oh, God, that just looks so painful. Looks so gosh darn painful. And this is pretty. Also, chainmail. Just... Man, there was something about... Why did the Imperium decide that chainmail was bad? Who made that determination? And can I punch them in their face?
So the reason why is because it is absolutely terrible for dealing with munition rounds. Not munition rounds. I'm sorry, I'm high.
But I was like, what?
It's terrible for dealing with bullets.
It's fucking aesthetic. Like, what do you mean it's terrible for bullets? They're wearing armor. They're in power armor.
No, but chainmail is bad for bullets.
The chainmail's on the outside. It's not there for protection.
But it's adding weight. Chainmail's very heavy.
Okay, fine. That is the first legitimate...
Careful with the kitty.
That is the first... Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. That is the first legitimate thing I have excuse for the Imperium getting rid of chainmail, because frankly, it's not about protection here anyways. Like, are you telling me this man's wearing this chainmail to protect something? No. His dick? I don't think so. His dick ain't being protected by nothing except for the ceramite armor that he's wearing. So this is just aesthetic.
It'll protect against blades.
All of this is already protecting him from blades. He is in full body mother trucking power armor, guys.
By the time we got to colonial America, chainmail, like, while people still wore armor, even chainmail was more ceremonial than anything, because a black powder musket could still pierce most
Right, well,
chainmail.
that's exactly what I'm saying. So it's ceremonial. Okay, so you're saying that they got rid of it because they really regulated it to, like, you only bring out the chainmail when we're standing around.
It's expensive, it's heavy, and it wasn't effective against
You're telling me
modern
they don't make
weapons.
that out of plasteel? You're telling me they don't make that out of plasteel?
No, but they're getting hit with bolter rounds, which have a shockwave, and one thing that chainmail don't protect against is shockwaves.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
What with the holes?
True. Edgar, you call out that you didn't question the chainmail and power armor even when you were painting your Plague Marines, and it occurs to me, I think that's partially why I like them so much aesthetically.
They do have a lot.
They have so much chainmail, and I fucking love power armor drenched in chainmail. It is such a vibe for me, and I'm getting too loud about it. My cat is, like, unconscious to the world right now, I think. He is super asleep in my lap. I don't think he's even aware that I'm shouting, but you're right.
He's breathing, right?
He is, absolutely, yes. No, he is. I can feel him. I can feel him breathing. He is, he's doing that thing where he's sliding in on himself a little bit into the center of my lap.
Aww.
And I'm just like, don't squish yourself too much, little lad. What time is it? Am I... Okay, we've got about 9 minutes. Let's swap over to Twitch real quick. Oh, they do appear to be loud. Not loud, live.
Oh, they're probably doing their puzzles or something.
Yeah, they're let's ask a bazillion questions. Okay, I have it muted right now, so if you're not hearing them, that's fine. I'm not hearing them either. They're muted. I'm letting this stupid ad play.
Okay. Stupid idea for, like, I don't know, members only stream or something. Watching along with Deadliest Warrior episodes.
Oh my god, yes.
I will have opinions on some episodes.
Oh my god, yes.
For context, I worked at Colonial Williamsburg for 5 years, so anything about black powder weaponry that falls within that, like, 17th to early 19th century, I have opinions on when they talk about it.
It's very true. Oh my god, that would actually be a very fun... that would be a very fun stream. Okay. We don't need to see their chat. Screw their chat. You're the only chat that matters. Who's excited for this? Let's see. Do they have music?
They normally do.
Heck yeah.
Try to copyright you. It's fine.
Oh shit, you're right. Well, it's fine. They're gonna copyright me anyways as soon as the stream starts. Also, Max, hello. Hope you're having a good time in Mexico. Is Mexico in the Pacific Standard time zone?
I don't think so.
Or
I think they're an hour ahead of us.
Are you
1 to 2, depending on where they are.
Okay, very, very nice. I don't actually know.
Baja is probably in Pacific.
Okay. Basically, is it roughly 9 o'clock for you, or are you an hour ahead or behind me? I'm very curious. I think doing a member-only watch-along with doing something like that would be a lot of fun. I think that'd be
they're mostly Mountain and Central.
Ah, okay. You're the East Coast, so it depends on the state. Got it. It's almost 11? Okay, so you're ahead of us a little bit. Got it. You're 3 hours ahead as well, Robert. Are you... Where would you be then? 3 hours ahead? So are you somewhere in Asia?
Wait, 3 hours ahead of us?
Yeah.
No, that's the East Coast of America.
Oh, I'm thinking the wrong way. Gosh,
That's Virginia and Georgia. And
I'm dumb.
New York.
Okay, I'm also high, so never mind. You can hear howler monkeys? Really?
I mean, that could be any number of things.
Oh, you're in Canada. I see. Got it. It's 8:54 in the British Columbia? Is that BC?
Because that's British Columbia is BC.
Yeah. Is that what is that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if it's 8:55, yeah, because they're north of us.
Got it. Howler monkeys must be stupid loud, right? I mean, they're literally called howler monkeys.
Yeah, when they hoot and holler.
I think it's Extreme Slimer Extreme. I don't remember. It's a sativa strain. They sound like death metal musicians.
See, you need to learn about British Columbia if we end up doing that entire breakaway from the U.S. thing, and Canada joins up and just, like, becomes a weird part of Canada, or breakaway from Canada.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't heard about those, like... Yeah, there are fringe political movements to basically break off British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and I think more so the Republican parts of California.
Okay.
As a breakaway nation.
Amazing.
You know, about as much chance as Greenland.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Rodri? I hope I said your name. Yeah, I think Rodri is how you say it. Hello! Who's excited for the stream? Okay, so, of the things that we're gonna get to look at, obviously Black Library, Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40k, Necromunda, and Old World. What are you most excited to get previewed tonight? For me, personally, it's definitely Warhammer 40k, just because I want to see all of the Emperor's Children that we're going to be getting. I just realized we're officially in 2025, which means that we'll actually be getting them soon. Sometime this year. Early, hopefully. So, I'm excited to see what we're getting soon. I can't wait for that Fulgrim model to come out. I know a lot of people weren't, like, super, oh my god, thrilled with him. But personally, I don't really have complaints. I wish they had given me one additional face option. But beyond that, because I wanted a slightly different expression than what they gave me. But dude's been through a virus bomb, suffered through a lot of other shit too. I think it's appropriate. You're most excited for Age of Sigmar, Old World, and then 40k? You know, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. No, it's fine. I just butcher everybody's name. Like, it is... I have pronunciation problems. It's one of the reasons I've been playing Rogue Trader, actually. It's been helping me say things and read things aloud. Because goodness gosh, by the Emperor, do they throw just every possible fake Latin word that Warhammer's come up with in that game as much as they humanly can. And it's hilarious to me, but I do love it. If you guys haven't played Rogue Trader from Owlcat Games, and you want a really good 40k CRPG adventure that is focused much more on the greater world rather than like following Space Marines specifically or like Imperial Guardsmen specifically or something like that, this game is great, and the romance options are phenomenal. I have some complaints that there aren't some people available for romance, even though canonically they would be. Curse you, GW, for not making Argenta dateable.
You need to learn how to take no.
Well, I do take no. I just wish. But other than that, I actually have zero complaints about the game, and I think it's really, really good. Oh my gosh, it really does make you rethink your ability to speak and read words. Doesn't it help that sometimes I'm occasionally trying to do, like, accents or just do voices, and then I trip myself up because I'm trying to maintain a dumb voice, and it doesn't hold. This is supposed to begin at 8 or 9 o'clock, so in 1 minuto. Yeah, it should start any second. They're usually pretty good about being on time.
It's a convention, though, so...
Yeah, it is a convention, however, so it may not be 100% on time. I went ahead and full screened us to go ahead and get that done. Should I... Let's see. I could probably...
Okay, they're on time.
Oop, there I am. I went a little lower.
Hey, folks.
Oh.
And welcome to the Warhammer preview. My name's Nick. This is Alex, and we're going to be your guides through the next hour or so of wonderful new stuff to look at. Now, the Las Vegas Open is taking place in Nevada right now as we speak. If you're there at the event, we hope you're having a wonderful time. But Alex, we've got some seriously good stuff to look at, right?
I know normally they're a little soft,
we've got stuff from Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40,000, Necromunda, and the Old World. But that's enough from us. We've got a reveal now that I am incredibly excited for.
I think they only do the pre-recorded stuff now. And I think they just show these at the event or something. You know, to be honest, while I don't disagree with you, I also think it's just better. And probably they get less harassment. Woohoo! They are beautiful. Look at your boys. Oh, the Barrow Knights are beautiful. Right. That's what the silhouette was for the Barrow Knight. All right, so it's new Soul Blight. Yeah, but like
new White King, they were ancient.
I like them. Ooh, look at your new codex.
All right, new book for me. I can kick your ass even harder.
Beautiful box for the Soul Blight Grave Lords.
Really is.
So this is the
you got a new one to paint?
Rattle Army set.
Because I'm sure they'll come out with a new one.
It is skeleton heavy.
It is. I bet you're a happy chappy right now.
I am very
Inside the box, we've got the brand new White Lord and or King on the skeletal steed leading the force there. Lots of the new Barrow Guard and the new Barrow Knights as well. There's 20 Barrow Guard and 5 Barrow Knights in the box. Of course, this box contains the battle tome.
Oh my god, they look so
cards
amazing.
We've come to expect. It's really so
I know,
cool,
is it the Tell me about it, man.
What's your favourite part of this?
I think it's going to have to be that White King.
He's so cool. We'll come to him in a second. But first of all,
I think they just
renamed Barrow Guard.
Right.
I don't think they're calling them Grave Guard anymore. I think they changed them to the Barrow
White
Guard.
King or the White Lord's bodyguard, and they're slain at the time of his death, knowingly or not willingly
I think
or not.
Repackaged them.
They're then interred with him. And so when the curse strikes and he's risen, they come with it.
These are a fantastic set of miniatures. There's 10 models per kit.
I love the
20
new
of them
shields
in the
with all the
Death
runes.
Army set, and you can make the banner, the champion, the musician as you normally can. Now, if you
I
already play Soul Blight Grave Lords and you have Grave Guard in your force, then this unit, the Barrow Guard, are simply a replacement inside the book for that unit. So you can use your Grave Guard models.
You can use your Grave Guard models.
These ones can be armed with both a sword and a shield.
They've just renamed them.
With a big double-handed axe as well. They're really cool, these guys. Super armored skeletons.
They are
the elite
really
skeletons
sick,
is if such a thing as possible. And in-game, they can deliver crit mortal wounds with their weapons and protect nearby heroes as well. So elite bodyguards for heroes. They're pretty cool, right?
Indeed. And thinking of elite death rattle units, we've also got the Barrow Knights. So these guys are basically the nobles of the Barrow kingdoms. They were buried alongside their horses, so when they've risen, they've taken them back. They've retained a little bit more of their sentience than the average death rattle, so they've got some of the little quirks from life. So after battle, they have a habit of grabbing banners and trinkets from the battlefield.
I think they might be.
I like these. Basically, skeletons with a bit of a personality, essentially. I like that a lot. This, again, box set has 5 models in the box. They make a champion musician standard in there as well. And again, if you've got Black Knights in your force already, these are a sort of almost replacement for those. So you can use your Black Knights these, or use these new models if you'd like to as well. Heavily armored cavalry that can protect a local cavalry hero as well, which is pretty cool. And they've got a rule called Cursed to Rise, where you can just bring models back from units with no dice rolls required, which is really cool. So these guys
just want to paint them.
And you can always use
just don't die. Again, I guess. But
that's
leading the force.
That is actually very true, especially with undead. Like
this is the White
skeletons.
King. So these guys were the rulers of the Barrow
D&D.
kingdoms.
You can put them in any other fantasy RPG that you want to. Hell, you can put them into most fantasy games.
That kind of thing, buried alongside their bodyguards.
You can definitely use them.
Grim, very warlike sort of kingdoms.
They said you can use them as Black Knights. Okay, I think I was talking over that. I didn't hear it.
So it takes a very powerful vampire to kind of take control of them. And as we'll talk about in a bit when we look at the battle tome,
dude, the skulls and skeletons, like, these guys are so good.
Of death rattled skeletons
led
by these guys.
It's so cool.
They did an exceptional paint job on
there
too.
Is one of the two options. It can also make the White Lord as well. So maybe a lesser rank of a skeleton hero. On the tabletop, the king is a little bit more powerful and can bestow ancient barrow curses upon your enemies, which is terrifying. Whereas the Lord is more of a leader for your cavalry, so he bestows a few benefits onto cavalry units in your army. So if you want to have a whole army of cavalry, this is the guy you want leading it. If you
Are you going to add these guys to it, Luke?
These aren't the only leaders coming for the Soulblight Gravelords, are they?
They very much match.
Here we are, Prince Vordry, master of the Crimson Keep. Now, Prince Vordry is back from the Age of Myth. He's not been Nagash's favourite the whole time. He was, after a rebellion, he was cursed to basically be bound to the Crimson Keep, which was torn out of time and space, and so it appears randomly across the realms. However, as you'll find out in the battle tome, it has been appearing in places Nagash didn't necessarily want it. So there's definitely something going on here. Now, this model is absolutely spectacular.
It's huge as well. It's on a 160 mil base, which is monstrous. It's so much bigger than the previous incarnation model.
Huge.
It was so cool to see. And what century's model is as well. That lance is almost as tall as the Revenant Draconith he sits upon. Named Shordmare, am I right?
It is. So Shordmare was the first Draconith to sort of dabble in necromancy. Attempted to raise a load of other Draconith. Didn't go particularly well, all kind of backfired, and he ended up undead himself.
Just a beautiful, beautiful model. And of course, the model being a bit bigger means on the tabletop, he's got a little bit tougher. His health's gone up to 18, which makes him even harder to kill than he previously was. But just an incredible centerpiece for a Soulblight collection. But that's not the only model that comes in that kit. If you wanted to, you could also build this, the Revenant Draconith, which is essentially a huge sort of zombified dragon, but without a rider on the back.
Yes, indeed.
Without a rider on. You can also build the kit without a rider on.
That's old school.
Whilst Nagash and Shordmare did attempt to raise a number of them, Grondis and Karazai did not take well to that and hunted them down.
He had a name, but you don't remember it?
And so if you're a vampire lord and you need something incredibly hard-hitting, and you go in search of one of these, you best bring a lot of meat, and a lot of willpower to kind of control them. But there's an element whenever they roar, apparently, that is almost lonesome, like there's a memory of who they used to be locked in there.
I completely agree. I think with the riders, what it would have to be. The thing that I do like kind of about the unmounted dragon is it actually gives me old
come down later on, striking down if it wants to, and can keep doing that throughout the game, which is really cool. It's a terrifying thing to face, and we'll come on to the book later on. But I want to point out that one of the regiments in the one of the regiments of renown in the battle tome is called the Beast of Castle Stenesti, which allows you to take a Revenant Draconith in any death army. So you want one of these in your Ossiarch or your Nighthaunt force, your Flesh Eaters, you go for it. It's a really cool thing that all death players can have a go at. It's really cool. Right, well, we mentioned the battle tome. Let's have a look at that.
Prince
what can we expect from the battle tome?
So the battle tome is, as we can see from that box set at the start, is highly focused on the Barrow Kingdoms and the Death Rattle skeletons. And as I said
it
before,
definitely, like, I don't know, there's something about it that gives me, there was a
host of skeletons.
Yeah, I do like the cover too. I mean, classic, right?
That's your main focus.
I love skeletons. But yes, so we've got all the background, all the lore, all the armies, as you said, the regiments of renown. One of my favourite parts of it is that it continues the lore of the vampires and how the Soulblight have kind of reacted to the Hour of Ruin, which they refer to as the Time of Blood. So, sorry, the Time of Vile Blood.
How dare you?
Skaven. Not that tasty.
Fair enough. As normal, and in the battle tome, we've come to expect so everything from battle formations, trait enhancements, spell laws, everything you might expect to see. What's really exciting is that for the first time in a long time, we've got new faction terrain and manifestations for the Soulblight
back in
Gravelords.
Old World, or back when it was
show those quite
Warhammer
yet.
Fantasy
You have to
Battles?
watch out for those in the near future.
But I
there
thought a number
are
of
4 new
factions
battle
got
formations in the
dragons,
book,
like,
including my
what?
favourite was the Death Stench Drove,
The
having a
elves
horde
all
of
got
zombies
dragons.
go across the table. The Path to Glory lets you follow the path of either a vampire or a non-vampire hero. And there's 2 regiments, 2 armies, of renown in there. The Knights of the Crimson Keep and the Barrow Legion, your favourite one.
Yep.
All about the skeletons, which is cool. And the 2 regiments of renown, one which lets you take that Revenant Draconith, and one which, again, we're going to keep secret for now. There's more coming on that later on. But yeah, absolutely fantastic book, as always. From
he'll be pretty tall.
And also in the battle tome is the new Spearhead, the Death Battle tome host, focusing on those Death Rattle skeletons once more. Now, this isn't a replacement for the Bloodgrave one, which is still legal. It just means you're getting an extra spearhead.
So you're going to get to paint a second spearhead for your first, this time a real skeleton crew, right?
That's implying that I've only got one spearhead.
Yeah, true. They just have other dinos.
That's the game. We've got the new spearhead on the way. It's not going to be coming alongside the release. It's going to be a little bit later, so you may have to raise them from dead.
Oh my god, could you imagine Skaven with dragons? Fucking terrifying. They're just like all hanging on.
Indeed, this is the Masters of Death Omnibus by David Annandale, and it brings together a number of his stories: Neferata, Mortarch of Blood, Neferata, Dominion of Bones, Dynasty of Monsters, a Soulblight Gravelord's novel, as well as 3 shorts: The Threshold, Obsidian, The Dance with Skulls. So this is basically your gateway into sort of the background and the narrative of the Soulblight.
So, Alex, speaking of Black Library, it's time to talk a little bit about this year's Black Library celebration.
What do we got now? Ooh. Shade of
Assassins.
Okay.
Shades, technically.
Malineth Witchblade. Oh, that's cool. Some of the characters from that one Harold Guard series have been going.
I like her armor.
I do too.
Love that trim.
She's pretty.
Now, normally we spend a day celebrating Black Library. This year, we're going to go a little bit further, a bit more time perhaps, and we're actually releasing some really cool models alongside the Black Library celebration and the books that are coming this time as well. First of all, let's have a look at Malineth Witchblade. Oh my god,
yes,
what a
imagine
superb
them
model that is.
Let's
who's Malineth
thing.
and where's she come from?
So Malineth was one of the daughters of Cain. She was trained as an assassin. She ended up working for the Order of Azir, and as part of that, ended up accompanying Gotrek on a number of his adventures. Now, they didn't get along great. Malineth attempted to poison him, but seeing as Gotrek is still roaming the mortal realms, that did not work out. So despite not being particularly friendly, she did come to sort of have a great respect for him.
I'm sure they'll
sort
make
of the
audiobooks
almost
for
the
a lot
hope
of these.
he brought to the mortal realms. And this is coming alongside the Shade of Cain by Evan Dickin, and we showed that off in the last preview.
It's such a beautiful miniature. It really, really is. On the tabletop, it's actually going to be getting its own Legends war scroll to use in the game as well, if you'd like to use that model. She excels in hiding inside units and leaping out. Again,
but I know which one you're
fans from
talking
yesteryear might recognise that as a thing that's happened before.
He listens to Dave Matthews.
She's got sort of poison throwing dart she throws at people as well. And what a great model as well if you want to use an alternative, maybe as a high gladiatrix in your Daughters of Cain army. And you need to make sure you're visiting Warhammer stores during the Black Library celebration, because there'll be some exclusive scenarios to play with her on the tabletop too.
Very cool.
Which will be very cool. So Malineth Witchblade coming soon. But also for the Black Library celebration, we have this. This
these
is
guys.
Hell's
I
Last,
like these guys a lot.
a new command squad starring Minka Lesk and her command squad. Alex, who is Minka Lesk?
So Minka Lesk is one of the few survivors of Cadia. She managed to escape.
I wonder if she's going to be featured in the Return
as
to
a
Cadia.
White Shield, she then became a guardsman. So the White Shield is sort of the planetary defense forces of Cadia, and she's risen all the way to captain.
Warhammer Plus.
And this is coming out at the same time as the novel of the same name, Hell's Last.
Yeah, we've seen that's coming from
Totally. You're absolutely right. I knew exactly what you meant.
Books before. It's the last White Shield omnibus is available as well from Black Library. Do check that out. On the field, she's also getting her own Legends data card to use in game as well, should you want to. But it's also a great collector's box set to just paint up. And if you wanted to use alternative miniatures, I mean, Leicester made a great sort of alternative Castellan for your Military force. I mean, that's Commissar Shand. That would make a great potential Commissar for your force if you wanted to as well. So just a really beautiful box of miniatures to get.
I like the slight arch that he has.
Going from the 41st millennium, we're going old.
Yes.
To the old world.
To the old world. Ooh, hello, high elves. It's lovely to see you.
Pointy helmets.
Pointy helmets.
Oh! Oh, I love them.
They are beautiful.
Not them. They're the old.
No. I mean, most of these are going to be terrible, right?
Yeah, I think those are new horses.
Oh, okay. I do like the lions. The white lions.
I don't know if those white lions are not.
I do. I really like those white lions.
Near the end of fantasy, right?
So the High Elf realms return to the old world, and we're starting off with that wonderful battalion box like we've seen for other releases. It is jam-packed full of troops. We've got 32 spearmen, 32 archers, and those 2 Tyrannok chariots. Now, they can be built
That's a lot of spearmen.
That is a lot of
Tyrannok
spearmen.
chariots are pulled by the horses. At the front is the one that pulled by lions, is the White Lion chariot of Shrace as well. A bit more brutal option. But yeah, the High Elves are a beloved faction in the old world, and it's great to see them coming back. They are as elite as it gets when it comes to forces like this. So all their models are just better than yours, basically. And the elves like telling you about it as well. This battalion force is a great way to start an army. It's not just the only thing that's coming alongside the High Elf Realms release, though. There's loads of other plastic models coming too.
Oh my god,
what have we got, man?
We've got the Ludon Dragon. These are the White Lions of Trace. We've got the Swordmasters of Hoeth, the Illyrian Weavers, Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, because why use gunpowder when this is so reliable?
Well, those are a few of our favourites, right? But there is loads more, and I'm sure you'll see some pictures on the Warhammer community website if you want to go and check those out. But basically, if it was in plastic before, you can pretty much get hold of it now. So High Elf fans are going to be really happy about that. Now, Alex, there's loads of miniatures people will recognise from yesteryear, of course, but there are some new models coming alongside the release too, right?
There are indeed. The first is a Shire Vest, the Sentinel of the Silent Isle. This is basically one of the Sea Lord's most capable and long-serving warriors. She's been trusted with the coastal garrison of the Silent Isle, and she's ascended through the ranks through years of dedicated service. You imagine the elves are quite the meritocracy, and she spent most of her recent years hunting for Norscan raiders because they've been a lot more active.
Oh, that's really cool. I like the fact she's carrying a trident called Matlan's Ire, which is great. She's irritated with you and she's going to stab you with a trident. It's great.
I do like the
We've
trident.
also got
cool.
the Lord of Shrace, right?
We do indeed. So Shrace is the land of mountains and forest since the invasion of Chaos. Has basically been plagued by horrible beasts.
You're welcome.
And so part of their ritual is you need to go out and hunt one of the white lions. And you're not deemed to be a true warrior of Trace without having captured and killed one of these lions, and they tend to bring back the pelts. So if you're a lord from Trace,
Jack.
you're going to have one
He's
of these.
He's a sleepy
and
boy.
a giant axe as well. Oh, yes. You've got to have one of those too. Now, let's have a quick chat about the Arcane Journal, because those two characters are quite relevant to the book that's coming alongside it. This is, as other players will know, an in-depth look at the history of the High Elves and the stories of their forces and full rules on how to use their armies outside of the forces of fantasy they will all have in that book, right?
Indeed.
What more can we tell about the background that's in the book here?
This book,
are you fearing for the stability of the undead dragon, Edgar?
The elves tend to focus on Ulthuan. However, this Arcane Journal focuses more on their last few holdings in the old world, a lot of their seaborne forces. So Shire Vest has got her own sort of army formation in this, and we think of like elite expeditionary forces. There's some stories from Corhill Lionmane and the White Lions of Trace as they venture into Bretonia to basically hunt down some beastmen without permission. There's a little bit of diplomatic tomfoolery going on in there, but it's a wonderful read.
The two armies of infamy you have mentioned there. The first one is the Sea Guard garrison. This is an all-Lothern army and includes a Shire Vest there, of course, and not to mention lots of different ways to build your models and different ways to represent things like ship's company.
Oh, yes.
Was that when I was looking at chat?
And the other army is the Trace War Host. That's the one that led by
I feel like the same thing happened when the other dragon
is on the way,
appeared on
but
screen, honestly. I was like, wait a minute,
and also the model we just saw as well, which represents a High Elf noble with the Shrace Hunter's Honor, which is quite cool. That's why he carries his big axe, which is nice. Also inside the book, you can find historical scenarios, a refight of the Battle of Chalons as Corhill leads his forces against the Beastmen, and brand new units are in that book. Some which will have models which we haven't seen yet, but also quite a lot which show you how to sort of construct your plastic models in a different way. Actually, the book tells you how to convert models into things like Shracian huntsman or woodsman or ship's company, that sort of thing. It's a really cool sort of like a conversion guide in there. It's really, really great. So there we go. Hey, talking of cool armies,
yes.
Talking of cool armies, armies on parade. It's that time to start talking about armies on parade again this year.
Already?
And it is indeed. We are happy to announce that Armies on Parade is coming back again for 2025.
This is the 15th year of Armies Parade.
15th year. I changed its first ever year.
Armies on Parade. Very cool.
My first Ultramarines. So it's great to have Armies on Parade back again. Of course, this is the Games Workshop's premium army painting competition. So if you want to take part in that, it's happening.
That was cool.
It's a great deadline to get forces. You've taken part as well.
Oh yes.
Before, yeah.
Probably the last 5 years, I've made sure to do something.
We've got the categories coming this year. We've sort of made the categories a bit simpler to make sure people understand what they're going to be. You can enter as a solo entrant, create an army yourself, basically.
Emperor's Children.
Young bloods for younger hobbyists.
I suspect they're saving them for last.
This time we've got a team category as well, so you can enter as a team.
Because my guess is going to be Necromunda
plus guys together and
had
put
Age
one
of
together.
Sigmar.
Maybe we could do that. You never know.
That's a challenge.
That's a challenge. But yes, we've got this year. Dates and the exact timings of what's going to happen this year and when you need to get stuff painted by will be coming on the War Community website. So check that out as soon as you possibly can. I'm thinking I'm going to into some Ultramarines this year. This is going to be my year. I reckon I'm going to go for it.
Ultramarine?
I think I'll go for a bit of a change. But right, we've got something else to show you now.
100% a fuzzy butt. Very much so. All right, yep, this is definitely Necromunda. Look at that terrain. It's Necromunda all the way. I think I have that terrain, actually. Ooh, okay, I like them. I like them a lot, actually. Oh, I want the little worms!
There's the silhouettes.
Yep, there they are. Oh, I like them. Shadar Hunters with Arthurite something or another. Yeah, Necromunda's definitely next.
Fortified.
Oh, okay, so they've got it's new ones. Fortified. They're a little sturdier. They're like, listen, we understand the previous ones are really flimsy. Ooh, I like the Ruin Underhive sector. Okay. I'm into it. I've never played Necromunda. I've never really looked at the game's mechanics for Necromunda.
So we've arrived in Necromunda and we've been greeted by the Shadar Hunters.
And I do have
the
some of the models,
right?
I love them.
So these guys are basically the masters of navigating the wastes and
You're
living
gonna send me your Dark Eldar witch
hunters,
army
that
me?
sort of thing. They're very much in touch with sort of the beasts of the wastelands as well. So you can see that all of their weapons tend to be Helamite claws that have been strapped on, that sort of thing. They're very sort of old school and in touch with the wastes
Necromunda would be so cool in
weird
movie
mystical
form.
tribalism of this. It's so cool. These models. These are elite gang fighters for Ash Waste Nomads gangs. They've got a really cool ability called Wasteland Ambushes. If you're playing in the Wastelands, kind of like a trapdoor spider, they just wait in a burrow and just ambush out halfway through the game, which is quite good fun. They're completely combat focused. They don't even have access to pistols in their equipment list, which is so just all about combat. And they're just wonderful, wonderful miniatures. You can take a few of those in your gang if you'd like to, as gang fighters.
I've had
absolutely wonderful things to paint as well. It's really nice to see the Ash Waste Nomads being fleshed out like this. But Alex, they're being accompanied by these weird little Arthurite spine worms.
So these things are only really seen by outsiders. Accompanying the nomads. So they've adapted really well to survive in Necromunda's toxic environment, and they're incredible burrowers. So they'll go through sand, ash, rock, flesh, and they're basically their barbed fangs, once they dig into something, are nigh impossible to get rid of. And their saliva contains an anticoagulant, so once they've bit down, that blood's going to keep flowing.
Ugh, these things are horrible. They are sort of essentially pets that you can take as equipment for your Shadar Hunters. Each fighter could have up to 2 of them. If you really want to take that many, you ought to. They have the burrowing thing you talked about. They can burrow in the game as well. They can just burrow through impassable terrain like it wasn't even when they're just gnashing their way through walls, which is really, really cool. So wonderful little models there as well. But also coming alongside these is the Nomad weapon upgrades. Okay, we've got a lot of guns and a lot of stuff in here. What have we got, man?
Very rusty. You can see a lot of blast carbines, heavy blasters, web pistols, web guns. Notably scavenged autogun, because they don't obviously have manufacturing facilities of their own.
These are basically completing all weapon options for your Ash Waste Nomads gang. So there's weapons in there that you may not have been able to get hold of before. Now you can. This is a complete equipment list, but it also contains things like extra heads, shoulder pads, sky mantles. So it's not just weapons, it's basically a conversion box for your and a customization box for your Ash Waste Nomad gang. You want to get hold of this if you possibly can. But all of this, of course, is coming alongside the Tribes of the Wastelands book.
Necromunda, I feel like, is them
this is
being
basically
able
your
to
house book
embrace
for
a
your
lot
Ash Waste
more of
Nomads.
their
However, it's not told from their point of view, so nobody's really spoken to the Nomads before. So this is told by an outsider, basically describing things. So all the terms we have for the Nomads are
I think a
well,
little
they come
out of
from
place,
people who aren't the nomads
like,
themselves, and it talks about the
little,
three
like,
sort of
I think it stand out too
sub-factions,
much in the way that they
the
don't,
yellow
they would
nomads,
not
etc.
whereas you can put it in
details
a
a lot of
sort
the
of
beasts,
segmented
the
space
Helamites,
like Necromunda.
but it also describes their electrostatic
I honestly
weaponry,
even feel the
because they
same
tend to
way
avoid
about
machines,
Underworlds.
because this is a really good way to stop any machine. So why would you
they
not
get to really,
ride on
like,
various beasts?
Oh, also they're trying
they
to
get to
hunt
do
down
different
those beasts and
poses
stop
and, like,
them,
play with more,
shocking them
like,
with static means
hero-like
they fall over and you can capture them to
characters
ride on them, which is
and
perfect.
designs
Inside the book, you can
Underworlds for all
find
of
lots of
their
rules. The
guys.
great tribes you mentioned there have been
Since
expanded
everybody's
upon.
named
The
and has,
nomads
like,
get their
unique
very own
abilities and such,
trading
you know?
post as well, which is great.
Yeah, the claw's
Lots of
great, isn't it?
strange and exotic items on there. There's 2 themed scenarios
Yes, they
for
are
people
little
to play,
bed
as
bugs
well
in
as
the desert. That's
hired
such a great
guns,
way to
hangers
describe
on,
them. I love
dramatis
that.
personae, everything you'd expect from a house book right here for the Ashways
Perfect.
Nomads. So if you're a Nomads player, you want to get your cowled hands on these.
Oh yes. But that's not all that's coming for Necromunda.
Okay.
There are also some terrain kits.
Nice.
This is the Thatos pattern fortified hab module.
It looks pretty cool,
This
actually.
is basically a
I think it's the
really
paint job,
nice
though. I really think the
armoured,
paint job's doing it for me.
I'd say a little safe zone out in the wastes. You can see there it's got those turrets on top. Now, it doesn't come with any rules for those, do they?
No, it's got some grenade launchers and heavy stubbers. They're mounted on the sides, and players can sort of decide how they want to use those if they want to. You can upgrade them to have those if you really want, but there's every chance that those might fall into the hands of the enemy, so maybe not worth spending the creds on them there. But it's just a really cool upgraded version of the Thatos Panon hab models we've seen before. To have those extra bits on top of it is a really nice addition to your collection to
on one
sort of make
hand,
your
I
outland
understand
hub
and
settlement look
respect
a little bit,
the
well, you say
idea
safe.
of
It's still the
putting
Ashways
something like
terrain.
the guns on the terrain.
That's not all the terrain we've got coming.
And
There's
giving
also
the
the
players
Zone Mortalis
the
ruins,
freedom
the
to
ruined
be like,
Underhive sector here as well.
decide what
This
to
is
do with
essentially
them.
3 sets of the existing ruined Zone Mortalis
do
terrain
also
sets
think
come
that if you're
together
gonna
into
do
one
that,
box,
you
bundled
should
together
provide
to make
the
it really easy
rules
to purchase. And how many do you reckon
for
we're going
how
to get?
for them to decide what
At
to do
least
for them.
one, because I think just with one set
Like,
you
not
can
to
get
say
a nice
that
Necromunda
players
board.
aren't smart
If
enough
you've
to
got
be
two
able to just be
sets,
like,
you'd
oh,
have
I'm just going to use
multiple
the stats
layers
for
and
this gun
It's a
because they're
green
a
board,
known
isn't
gun
it?
in the
And imagine,
game.
you mean, 140,000
And if
players as
somebody
well.
gets a
Imagine
hold of
playing
them, this is how it's
140,000 this as
handled.
well would be great.
Like,
So,
of
those
course,
are coming,
we could
those
do
are coming
that
soon.
as players. We're
there we go.
smart enough to.
Right, so
But at the
looking a
same
bit
time, I
further
kind of wish
into the future,
GW would take the effort to
we've
just be
got
like, here's a
Kill
blurb
Team,
how to do
which is
it.
going to be continuing to get
Stuff it in
boxes
the
throughout
box
the
with the
year.
terrain kit.
Underworlds, as we saw, got a
Put it
brand
in
new
the build
edition.
instructions
We
or
showed off
something,
the
like print it into the
roadmap
build
a few
instructions in
months
the same
ago.
way that they print
That's going to continue
data
to get
sheets
releases
in the
going
same way.
forward. Middle-earth,
And
of course, it's just got a brand
give
new
people even
release.
that much more
The Horus
guidance
Heresy.
so that
Now,
they do decide
Heresy
to do
Thursdays
it. It's
are
even
back.
less thought
Keep an eye
how
on
to do
Warhammer
this.
Community for more information.
Or
There's
if
models,
they
there's information
want to
coming up. It's
extrapolate
brilliant. Black
on
Library
those
Celebration,
rules
as we
and
said,
make it
is
their
coming
own
up in
because they,
February.
like, don't fully agree with
Warcom
them.
is
At least
going
you've
to
given
have
them a
news for
foundation of
all of
something to
those,
work with.
but the old world. Now,
just me.
we've seen a whole host of stuff come out for the old world, and we've just shown off the High Elf realms. And if you've been keeping track, based on what we showed off, there are 2 more factions to come.
Yeah.
The Beastman Brayherds and the Wood Elf realms.
So we can confirm they are on the way.
Yes.
They are in the near to soon future for old world players.
I don't know if I've looked at the old
and there may be other
Beastmen
stuff
much.
coming as well, which we won't know about. So,
But I have seen a lot of the Wood Elves. I am
Outside of the
excited to see
tabletop,
those come back.
we also have something to reveal for Space Marine 2. So
If
last
people
year
wanna
we saw
use them,
Space
yes.
Marine 2 come out.
Yeah, it would be house rules for
I've been
them.
playing to death, man. I'm
Players
like
would be
level
able to
22
decide
on
how they want
PvP
to
right now.
do
I love this
if they
game
want to do
so
anything with
much.
them at all.
There are over
But both players would
5
have to agree
million
with it.
players, which of
that's
course means that
I don't
Focus and Saber have all the more reason to continue
know
to keep
if
developing
that
the game.
would
We've seen new
be the
weapons,
same case
enemies,
in a
maps,
tournament.
skins,
Like
and
normally, I
now
would assume the
there's going to be another
would write the
PvP game
rules
mode,
for
new PvE maps, and more
a piece of
cosmetics
terrain
for
like that
various
if they were
chapters.
going to allow that to
And
be
we can
a
reveal
thing people
that
can
the
do.
next enemy that you're going to get
But
to destroy is the Tyranid Biovore.
Don't
Oh, good.
go to tournaments that
Like, I
often,
can't wait
so
to
I
hit
can't
that thing
say
with a
for
chainsaw
certain.
and execute it and get my health back. It's such a wonderful game to play, and I know folks watching it will have played it a lot. And Biovore's coming soon, as well as all of that cool extra stuff. It's going to be a good year for Space Marine 2.
Yeah, no, they did say that there weren't going to be any Dark Elves, unfortunately, which is a real bummer. Like, I'm sad to not see them
we
come
showed
back.
off in the
But
last preview Auric War Clans
it's
and
so
Doomspike
weird, because,
Gits.
like, we got
This time
Empire,
we've shown off the Soulblight Great
and
Lords
the whole
and
argument
the Path to the Glory
of
book
why
for
we weren't
narrative
seeing
players.
certain things
However,
was because they were
there's
like,
some
we
more
don't
stuff
want to
coming. We've
overlap
got
the
the
factions that
Idoneth
we've
Deacon
transferred
and
over
the
to Age of
Night Haunt
Sigmar.
coming, you know.
And it's like, okay, yeah, I kind of get that. But then, like, they brought
notoriously
orcs.
very fast moving, so hopefully they'll be here quite soon. Both those forces, but that's not all as well, because further on the horizon, well, we're not going to tell you what's coming. We're just going to show you some cryptic pictures, and hopefully you can work out what's going on there. I've got a good idea about 2 out of the 3 of them. What about you?
As per the question of are we going to get Empire since we're also
maybe 3?
I think plenty of people at home will be able to figure out what these are. Given a bit of time.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a good idea what you think those are going to be, just in the comments down below. We want to see what you think. And of course, even further out, we're going to be even more cryptic. No idea what that could be, but we want to hear your guesses for sure.
It's a silhouette.
It's definitely a thing.
I mean, it looks like
let us know what you think that's going to be. But there's more for Warhammer 40,000 coming too, right?
Indeed. So, as we said before, last time we showed off the Eldari and Deathcore of Krieg.
Oh, I just realized that they're giving us a timeline. I don't like
this. Now, Fulgrim, of course, is not just a great model in
sure
himself. He's also the herald of the Emperor's Children coming. We've been teasing you guys for a long time.
It didn't read as somebody who was just casually glancing over because I was also looking at chat.
A little bit further out, we've got the World Eaters, the Death Guard, and the Thousand Sons. However, just a little bit further in the future, we also have...
We're getting Slanesh followed by the World Eaters, then Death Guard, then Thousand Sons?
Yeah, okay, I've got a pretty good idea of at least 2 of those.
Ooh,
there we go,
cool.
That's what's coming on the horizon. And again, there's something even further out. I have no idea what that could be.
I think it's a Lictor.
A Lictor. It could be 2 Votan warriors stood on each other's heads.
Yes.
We don't know.
I think it's
it could be, again, let us know what you think it could be. That's what's coming in the future. Now, Alex. Now, we just talked about the Emperor's Children.
Do it.
There. We didn't
Give
say
it to
Fulgrim,
me.
we
Show
said
him
the
to
Emperor's
me.
Children. And we've been teasing you guys out there for an awful long time. I think it's time to have a look.
Yes, indeed.
Please.
Here we go.
Yes. Now, give it to me. Oh my god. Ooh, I like them. I like the pink and black look. That's like it's great. Show him to me. Oh, he's perfect. I just spit a little bit. I love him that much. Oh, I actually really like him. I think overall I'm pretty happy. Oh, there you are, you sexy bastard. Oh, I will revel in excess. I always revel in excess.
They're here. It's finally time to talk about the Emperor's Children. You guys have been waiting. Let's go for it. Now, at Christmas, we showed off Fulgrim, the demon Primarch of the Emperor's Children, of course.
I like him.
What a Christmas gift that was for all of us.
I like him
Alex,
a lot.
For those not in the know, who is Fulgrim? Why they're important?
So, Fulgrim was the demon Primarch of the Emperor's Children. And basically, where he once pursued sort of perfection and, mastery, he's now become the embodiment of obsession.
Oh, I realized we haven't seen our big boy
shed his mortal form and has basically become this demonic entity.
The big robot.
He's spent most of his time, both in the warp and in real space, desperately trying to seek out new sensations and experiences, occasionally returning to wreak havoc, not to mention some Primarch in blue.
We're not going to talk about that. It doesn't appear in the Ultramarine records. It's just the most stunning miniature. I've seen it up close as well. It's just beautiful and huge, and just what a centerpiece that's going to be for a table.
Wait
and long awaited return for Fulgrim to the 41st millennium. On the gaming table, as you can imagine, Fulgrim is an absolute monster. Will cut down swathes of enemies with their malefic lash, demonic blades, and serpentine tail, just causing havoc. They can issue demonic poisons on battlefield. I'm told that they once poisoned my Primarch at some point. We won't talk about maybe on the battle. You can do that too, and you can choose demonic powers each battle round, much like other Primarchs can do as well. And one of those is that they can always fight first, which is just incredible.
Yes.
As a heads up, my colleague Simon and I from Battle Report had a one-on-one Fulgrim versus Angron just before Christmas, and Fulgrim won all 3. I mean, it was just great. So there we go. Fulgrim on the way.
Suck it,
Monstrous
Andrew.
on the table and long awaited. You've got to get your paintbrush on that one. But let's talk about the army set we've seen as well. And this is the Children of Slesh army set.
I like
which
the
includes
colors they
brand new miniatures.
I was curious how they were going to paint these
brand new
boys.
miniatures. The first up is the Lord Exultant. They're
garish,
the new
and I
Lord
love
choice. Comes out in a second. You've got a unit of Tormentors.
Yeah, like the black,
who are
pink,
the
and
sort of
green.
battle line units. The Infractors, who are the combat unit. And of course, the Noise Marines are back as well with their huge sonic weaponry, as well as the Codexes in there too. Right, let's break this down. Okay, we'll start off then with the Lord Exultant, who is the new Lord choice for the Emperor's Children. Who is a Lord Exultant?
Really
and why do they have the coolest cloak going in the 41st millennium?
So these guys basically embody everything that the Emperor's Children are. They are desperately seeking more experiences, sensational in all its forms. They've had loads of various surgeries and stims to basically enhance their sensory abilities.
Travel in excess and buy 6 of them. You're right.
Receiving signals that would drive anybody
The sonic
else
weapons
insane.
are very cool.
But it does give them rather special abilities, even for a Space Marine. So, they can detect an assassin in the breeze, even the faintest trail of fuel use somewhere else. They can feel the vibrations in the floor for approaching enemies. They're just incredible combatants.
They're just so cool. And the actual model itself here as well has loads of options as well. So it's a multi-part kit. You can have a Phoenix Power Spear, Mastercrafted Power Sword, or something called a Screamer Pistol, which is like a pistol version of a sonic weapon, which is really cool. You can have a Rupture Lash, or a Plasma Pistol as well, or a Power Fist. This thing's got loads of options, head options, icon options. There's loads of things you can do with this model.
See the options instead of looking at your
in the game,
faces?
you're talking about sort of like trying to find those big experiences. Once per battle, they can go into euphoric strikes mode and just try and experience everything, and they get super horrible in combat, which is just great.
I don't remember, but if it's in the Fulgrim book, don't spoil
but they
things,
lead
I
the forces, and we'll start off talking about the Tormentors.
I do not actually think I
These
remember
are
the
sort of your
origins
sort
for the
of
children's colors.
battle line unit with bolt guns.
Yeah.
Tell me about these guys. Who are they?
So these guys are the.
I'm assuming it has something tied to do with the
flexible. They tend to fight at range. They see themselves as sort of exemplars of what a Space Marine should be.
They have on board.
They take a look at the loyalists and think, not even close.
I'm not 100% sure.
They've got an awful lot of pride, and they basically have a habit of assigning themselves missions and targets, and most generals kind of think of that as an acceptable cost for having them on their side.
That feels appropriately
They hate
Slanesh.
performing basically what they would see as tedious tasks, so they don't like guard duty.
What do they look like?
Fair enough. There's the kit itself is just jam-packed full of options.
His
heads,
face,
shoulder
like
pads.
his
We've seen a
head.
few of the options shown sneakily off on the One Community
Does
website
it
over the
feel
last
giant
few
to
months.
you? Does he feel like his head
is the
is
final
huge?
kit here in front of you. On the tabletop, there are your OC2 battle line
I
unit,
just noticed the
holding
Beak
objectives.
Boy.
They can
God,
even
give
defile
me,
objectives.
all of
Don't
them
think
in
about
beaks.
it. We're making them sticky objectives, basically.
They
They're
do have a little
infiltrators.
bit
They
of
can actually
bait
sneak
from
forward
Batman
before the
and
battle
Robin.
begins, which is great. So expect serious ball control from these guys. Just great miniatures, really are. And alongside those are the combat units, the Infractors.
Indeed.
Tell me about these guys.
These guys are all
I
about
like
getting
their
up close and
beaks.
personal. They sort of
Beaks.
live the thrill of combat, and
Beaks.
they tend to dose themselves up on toxins and stims, basically to elevate that sensation.
Okay, I
And
also
there's
like
a
the
wonderful
mask.
term in the Codex, which is called murderous orchestra. Which is just,
Kirby face?
it's almost like killing as an art form.
I love these guys.
does feel a little
in
bit like
game
Pinhead,
terms,
doesn't
they
it,
are
Devin?
scouts. They start the game a bit further forwards, but also their movement 7 on the battlefield. You'll find that just about everything in the army is faster than standard Space Marines are.
Oh,
and
that
they have
does
precision
make
on their
sense,
weapons as
Robert.
well.
Of
So
course,
any
I
heroes
should have thought about
beware. Just beautiful models, and they're so fast you
No,
might
you
not
won't
even need to
spoil
put them in a
it,
rhino.
and
But
no,
you
it
might
has
want to.
nothing to do
Okay,
with
so
their
also in the army set are 2 squads
Got
of
it.
Noise Marines. These guys
at
are again
them.
beloved, and we've seen them before.
Look at
but
his
who are the Noise
face!
Marines?
Oh my
The special
god, look at
cult
the
of Emperor's
eyes
Children.
on that
So they're
helmet.
basically champions of
They're
Slanesh
looking,
that
they're
desire the
chameleon
experience of
eyes. Like they're
sound,
looking,
and
they're
they
both
wanna
looking
have
in
it
different
to the
directions.
extreme. So
It
they've
was perfect.
various stims, and they've had grafted organs, some of them of Xenos origin, to allow them both to hear sound better, but also to admit it. They've got various warp mutations, and they carry weaponry that can emit, say, really powerful bass tones that will shatter bones, horrifying metallic screeches that'll make your head explode. Really, sound is their jam.
This is so Slaaneshi. I absolutely love these guys. There are 6 models in the box, of course, the blessed number of Slaanesh. They are bigger and tougher than other Marines. Think Havoc equivalents from Chaos Space Marines. And they carry all manner of sonic weaponry. Sonic blasters are the sort of standard gun, as it were. And they also carry these blast masters, which can be tuned to different frequencies to destroy armored targets or to rupture the eardrums of numerous hordes. They're just the coolest models, led by the Disharmonist there, their leader, who's got amplifiers on his shoulders, as they all have. Just the coolest box. And there's 2 units of them in the army deal as well, so do get hold of that. But the army set isn't the only thing that's coming for the Emperor's Children. Let's have a look at some more. And of course, one of the most famous heroes for the whole Chaos faction, Lucius the Eternal. Tell me about this guy.
So Lucius the Eternal.
Oh, that tongue.
I think he's the best swordsman in existence.
I like how his tongue's out, his shoulders' tongue is out.
Champions of the
and I'm going to just assume that the whip is a tongue as well.
Equal paragons amongst enemy forces. So he'll hunt down your characters, your blade masters, that sort of thing. He basically wants to test his skills. However, he has not always succeeded. But should he be struck down, if you take even a minuscule moment of satisfaction in your kill, you will turn into Lucius, and your face will be resplendent on his armor for all eternity. Now, the armor is sort of a double-edged sword in this regard. Because every face on it is obviously somebody that he's not killed, and that wounds his pride more than anything, and it's kind of driven him a little bit insane. He holds an awful lot of contempt for everyone and everything.
How Slaaneshi.
Just adding him to your kill tally.
You can really tell
you
pride and arrogance.
Bastard,
really
I
coming
love
across
so
on
much.
it.
Look, I love the
like skilled
vials
fighter.
behind him.
They use their Blade of Lair and the Lash of Torment to subdue hordes of enemies, which is cool. He's actually a lone operative, but can still join units. But when he fights alone, he is just better. Because he fights alone.
Can you imagine that being like he would
anywhere
be
near your warlord,
furious
he's going to kill it.
If his death was by accident.
Absolutely brilliant model.
Which is truly the only.
Lucius,
oh my god, Lucius is such a great character. I love him in Fulgrim right now.
So these guys are basically sort of an evolution of the Palatine blades from the Legion of old.
I love the extended heads, like the Eldari, like
they have demonic patrons that like to keep an eye on what they're up to.
Although I do love Metalhead over there.
With the
I just want him to like
dramatic flair. They dose themselves up on stims all throughout. But their incredible pride means that they never want to share their form, so they're never going to get sort of completely taken over by a demon, but they're more than happy to accept their gifts.
They're just stunning models, aren't they? Really are. 3 models in a box, loads and loads of options to customize your miniatures to make them as prideful as you want them to. On the battlefield, they are horrifying combatants, as you can well imagine, wielding their bliss blades there with terrifying skill. Now, Alex, you talked about those demonic patrons in their lore as well, and on the battlefield, that's represented. They can call upon these dark powers to give them extra powers in combat, but at a risk, because if they don't actually get any kills, they're punished with their own deaths. So it's a big risk, but really quite very Slaaneshi and very fun too. Now, also coming for the Emperor's Children is the Lord Cacophonist, who's this incredible miniature
I love
with a
the
huge amplifier on his back. Tell me more.
So these guys, as with the Noise Marines, are obsessed with sound, nearly the extremes of sound, able to issue sonic assaults at basically any scale.
Do you think the sounds that they're playing
by some to
are the
actually
ones
be able to cause vibrations within the warp itself?
That like originally corrupted them
so
in the
these guys are basically surgically sculpted even beyond the normal Noise Marine, and that amplifier on their back is the Doom Siren, and that basically
You're going to name the champion Beldar? I like it.
It's like ASMR, but for Slaaneshi Marines. It's awesome. We've got the options on the kit. You can have Screamer pistols or a power sword there as well. He's got a rule called Obsessive Enunciation, which if he joins Noise Marines, give them sustained hits, which is just incredible. Yeah, he can use the Doom Siren to blow people's heads up as well, which is just great. A wonderful miniature, very Slaaneshi, and if you're getting Noise Marines, get hold of one of these as well. Now, also coming for the Emperor's Children in the future is the Combat Patrols with the Callous Blades inside the Codex. It's not coming quite yet, but it will be coming in the future, and it's a seriously combat-focused combat patrol there. So 6 of the Flawless Blades, 10 of the Infractors, and a Lord Exultant, so you can really get stuck in.
Oh, yes.
Going to be horrifying, but yeah, coming
so
later, not quite yet. Now, of course, in the army set is coming the Emperor's Children Codex. This one's been waited for a long time by hobbyists out there. Tell me, what's the first thing that caught your eye?
Oh, so As expected, this is a work of perfection. It's got everything from the background and the lore in it. A little bit of explanation about what Fulgrim's been up to, how the Emperor's Children, various warbands have been fractured. But my favourite thing is these little cutouts that appear on various pages, basically describing the stims, the toxins, the drugs that the Emperor's Children have been using. And one of my favourites is scalathraxine dust, which is basically this crystalline powder that they put in their eyes that grows crystals and would drive anybody else mad. But the Emperor's Children love it.
Warhammer 40,000 is really grim. I love it. Of course, gamers can expect to find everything they usually find inside a codex from all the armor rules.
Do you think that was a note he had in his script, or do you think he was just like,
advance,
I'm going to make a joke about
and still
it
charge, but with a few restrictions, but it's still exciting. 6 new detachments, which let you achieve various levels of perfection in there. And we've got lots of models. All the models we've seen are included, of course, all the rules in there, as well as other models also available right now. So if you wanted to start your forces right now to get ready for this,
I mean, that is the
Terminators, a Helldrake, a Demon Prince, Rhinos, Land Raiders, Spawn are in there, Mauler Fiends too.
Really,
and what's really exciting is the selection
there's a
demons
Noise
are included in the book as well.
Black Library model.
So if you wanted a fiend or a greater demon of Slanesh, this is your opportunity.
Absolutely, you can include your selection demons alongside your Emperor's Children on the tabletop. Which is just great. So, Keeper of Secrets running around alongside Fulgrim would be terrifying prospect.
There's a guy with a guitar.
We've got the Crusade rules in there as well. Inside the Crusade, you're going to love this. The idea here is that they're on a sort of journey to try and find exotic and rare ingredients to mix up strange elixirs, which will then have horrifying results for the combatants as well. Cool. Just really cool. And of course, the usual amount of new artwork. The great miniature shots in there as well.
It did come naturally to him. He was ready for it. He's like, I've been holding on to this. I want to make a grim joke.
Even though they hurt my Primarch.
So we've seen some fantastic stuff there from Age of Sigmar. We've seen the High of Realms from the Old World, ending with those Emperor's Children.
In my arm, my elbow.
There's been some great, and Necromunda 2, of course, you saw in there as well. Those Black Library miniatures were so good too. Yeah, it's been a really great preview, man.
Yep. Now, thank you everybody for watching. If you're over at LVO, I hope you're having a fantastic
did we not see
time.
The giant robot?
If you want more details on all of these and some of the things that we've not shown off, head over to the Warhammer community website. Remember to follow us on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Instagram. And thank you for joining me, Nick.
Thank you for joining me, man.
Also, did we not see the
see ya.
basement guy? Okay. Hold on. I need to.
I mean, if you go to their Twitter, you can see.
Yeah. Let me go. Let's go to Twitter.
Make sure you're on your safe word.
Oh shit! Hold on. Okay, hold on. That's a very good point, especially on this computer. Yep. Okay.
Okay, there was nothing that bad.
No, there wasn't, but still.
All right, now slide it over. Slide it over.
I am.
Okay.
See if oh, I can't get it back in
yeah.
there. Hold on.
Click Opera. Click Opera.
Opera, and then here.
Yep.
And then
X.
Great. Okay, let's go to Warhammer Official.
Close the other window before ads start playing on the board.
Oh shit, you're right.
Do you not know how to use it?
No, I do. I was thrown off because of a jackalack. Mute that. Close that. Alright. Alright, first of all, this is new. And he is... I like him. Where is his chainmail? We were literally talking about how you guys have a lot of chainmail. Where the fuck is your chainmail, boy?
Chainmail doesn't help.
Oh my god, look at that sword, though. What a great rust effect. Oh my god, I love it. Why didn't they show this? Alright, let's go back to their page. Oh, there you are. Hey, look, you were right. Why didn't they show this? They didn't show this.
I don't know.
What? It was literally in their, like, stupid... This is cool, though. So this is for Horus Heresy. Okay.
Yep. Siege Automata. So I don't know if it's necessarily the one from the book as much as just Mechanicus.
That's really cool, though. I like it. Yeah, you were 4/4. It is a Thanatar. I need to reread that book. Okay, so here's our Beastman guy. God, he's so cool looking. What is this?
It reminds me a lot of the Shaman from the, and I'm dating myself here, the Avalon campaign in Warhammer Fantasy.
Is that one of the, like, the Warhammer Fantasy battles?
It was one of the summer campaigns.
Okay, there, I do remember
2002 or 2003.
Okay.
It introduced the Isle of Avalon, which is an island between Ulthuan and Nagaroth.
Got it.
It has a substantial amount of particular warp stones on it, which resulted in a crusade of campaigns between the different races.
That sounds like it was really cool.
Yes, but as a part of it, there was a number of models that were introduced that were actually neutral. And if you ran them during the campaign, their rules were different depending on if you were a chaos or order.
Ah, that's very cool. Apparently, Luke is saying that he was part of that.
Hey, there you go.
So yeah, I think it's because
me too. Back in the day. For the Drukar, not for the Drukar, for the Druchi. I
mean, this guy's great. I love this little guy behind him. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but look at his little happy face. He's so eager. He's gonna fuck you up. This little guy is gonna mess you up real bad. Alright, so that's cool. What else? Okay, so and then we've seen everything else. So they skipped these because I guess they just didn't want to talk about them. They showed us Old World. Why did I miss this?
I've been during a cat portion.
Maybe. Okay, let's go look at the Emperor's Children some more, though. Let's see, do they have them up here yet? Nope. Warhammer Community it is. Go. What is this? Ah, okay, here we go. Slanesh Fulgrim. Oh, he's so good. I don't know why, but these buckles, I really like them. They're very prominent. His tongue is so good. I also just really like the pink into purple transition here.
By the way, this was the Dark Emissary.
Ah.
That Beastman reminds me a lot of.
Got it. Yeah, I see it. Gosh, that looks so good. Here's our lovely boys. They really are quite pretty. And I think they did an appropriate level of detail on them. Like, one of the things that bothers me... Although, do any of you have nipples? None of you have nipples, do you? So, okay, well, I mean, you have, like, tubes for nipples, so that's fine. I'll accept that. None of you have nipples! Do you? You have at least a... You know what? You're abtastic, so I'll take that. That's fine. I love this guy's rocker hair so much. I just want to see him like headbanging so badly. Let's see. You know what? I'll forgive them because like in theory they all technically look like they kind of have straps over their nips, so fine. Missed opportunity though. Oh, the eagle. I didn't notice that. That's sick. Still holding a little bit of pride for the Emperor, are ya? Naughty boy. I'm sure Slanesh is fine with that. Oh, they're so good, aren't they? Yeah, no nip for the mass market. It's such a gosh darn disappointment. Okay, I need this. I don't think they actually showed us like a good close-up. Oh, this book comes in this. Nice. Also, I like the decals there. Beautiful lads. I'm going to try to get that. Hopefully my local stores have it. Hopefully they don't sell out. Honestly, I don't mind this cover either. I also appreciate the demonettes in the foreground here. Pretty nice. I feel like demonettes don't get shown off very often because, you know, boobies, but it's nice to see them. Is there anything... Have they shown anything else that we missed? The nomads were pretty cool. Okay, no. Everything else is good. Gosh, I really, like... Pretty good preview, if you ask me. Because I liked everything that came out for Age of Sigmar. Like, all the Soulblight Gravelord boys. This Death Rattle box will be sick. I'll have to get that for Chaos Cultist. But, like, all of these guys were really cool looking. We got the really cool Nomads for Necromunda. Which these guys just look... I like them. Like, they're a weird mix of, like, bug guys, and they kind of remind me of, what were the dudes in Star Wars that Boba was hanging out with? The Sand People? Sand People, yes. They have, like, a little bit of Sand People mixed with the, oh, what are the ones that strip down all the parts off things?
Jawa.
The Jawa, yeah. Like, they've got, like, weird Jawa Sand People vibes. And I like it. Especially this guy. I like this guy so much. That horn. It's so big. Oh, yeah, sorry, yes, the Tusken Raiders. What did I say? Sand People? Yeah, not the Sand People, the Tusken Raiders.
The Jawas are the ones who, like...
The Jawas are the ones that strip down the parts. It's Tusken Raider. It's like Tusken Raider comboed with Jawa.
Yeah, Tusken Raiders are the ones that, like, Boba Fett hung out with.
Yeah, that's the one that I spoke about. And then the little worms! Ah! They're so cute. They're so tiny, too. Like, they don't look like they're actually on that super big of bases. So they're, like, little guys, and that's so adorable. The terrain also looked pretty cool. I especially liked the, sometimes I get a little over, like, I'm kind of done with their ruined stuff. Why is this such a small picture that I can't even enlarge? There we go. Sometimes I get, like, a little tired of their just ruins. But this is actually, like, Underhive ruins, so it's a lot more, like, dense machinery. It honestly gives me a little bit more vibes of what I feel like we get in Darktide, if I'm honest. Like, it's a bit more smushed than what you see in Darktide, but considering Darktide is in its own hive. Oh, Sand People and the Tusken Raiders are the same thing? Okay, so I did have it correct.
Yeah, Sand People's just racist.
Oh, well. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be... let's see, what else have we got then? And then, yeah, then we just skipped on... Oh, this is what we had, the Black Library. Why not put these things in with the Black Library previews? I mean, I know they're not Black Library, they're like, but like, why not like just be like miscellaneous? They are really cool, though. I also just really like the Cadian color schemes. God, this Commissar is great. That slight whoosh of his body because of the sweep of his, the way that he's holding his arms behind him with the axe, and then also the, like, way his cape is blowing with whatever light breeze that he's standing there with. Gosh, I like it so much. It's very subtle because he still has a very stern, stoic look, but there ends up being motion in a really nice, very, like, believable way, which I enjoy a lot more. And it's nice to see that, actually, because there was a time where I had some complaints about GW's products, especially when it came to some of their Black Library stuff, because there was that one release of the Stormcast Eternal who was, like, punching the ground in, like, that generic superhero pose, you know, the one that I'm talking about. And there was something about, like, the drapery, the way that it was, like, flying up, that just felt unnatural. It made the model just really extra not cool in my opinion. And I was disappointed because normally I feel like the gestures and the motion and the movement that is generally put into GW's products is pretty high quality. And I felt like we were seeing a downgrade in that, and this sort of turns that around for me a little bit. Because this is very subtle, but very nicely done. And I appreciate that. Also, this is really cool. And it's nice, like, I mean, technically it's still, I guess, a stone that she's standing on, but at least it's like a part of a wall, as opposed to just a rock. And she's jumping off of it. Although they do this pose a lot for the Dark Elves, don't they? Harlequins, too. Harlequins, I think, jump off things a fair amount. Ooh, that's cool looking. Nice, fancy edition of the book. Yeah, you like this one more than the first iteration? I do think they did a pretty good job with her face. It's not quite as, like, pretty, I guess, as the book cover. Can we see this a little closer? Yeah, like, but this woman does still have a fairly gaunt face, and this model definitely does. Honestly, what it kind of is, I think, more so, the flesh tone here, she looks a little peachier. In this, she's a bit more, like, honestly undead looking. Or at least, like, gray. Like, is it reading gray to you? A little bit? Whereas, like, in the book cover, I feel like she's definitely, like, there's definitely pink. Like, a pinky peach color in there. And I don't really get that from here. I get gray tones a lot more, but I still really like it. Like, I'm just being, like, I guess, particular, like, just very extra nitpicky. Oh, I like the fist, actually. I didn't realize that was what was holding her cloak together. That's really cool. I like this sculpt a lot. Honestly, the Black Library models, though, tend to be really well done. All right, well, gosh, I think it was a pretty good preview. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below if you're watching this on demand, what your favorite reveals were. I'll let you guys in chat go ahead and shout out what you thought was the coolest real fast before we end things, but I do think we'll go ahead and wrap things in about 5 minutes or so. Yeah, honestly, really good stuff. Oh yeah, we didn't, and then they also had the Old World with the re-release of the High Elves, which was pretty neat. But I mean, like, the problem with the Old World stuff is, like, I can only get so excited because it's not, all of it's not new. And while, don't get me wrong, it brings me a lot of joy to see a lot of these old kits return from the grave. Or I guess from the vault, if you will. It's not, like, they're still not new, and I really wish they were, like, new. Stuart, yes, get some sleep. 6 a.m. for you? My goodness, too early in the morning. Go to bed. Enjoy yourself. You're gonna be buying a lot of the Soul Blight stuff. That makes sense. I don't blame you. The Soul Blight stuff looked amazing. Oh, I'm gonna get this guy. He's so cool looking. The Lord of Poxes. Oh, I bet he, I wonder if he's gonna come out with the, because when they did their weird, I didn't realize it was a timeline until, like, the last one was being shown, timelines. Death Guard was one of the upcoming ones after Slaanesh, right? Because it was World Eaters, then Death Guard, and then... Oh fuck, why am I blanking on the fourth one that actually is, like, to a... Word Bears? Word Bears. That's the one. You like the first Skull guys? All the vampires? That makes sense. Yeah, they were very, very cool. Yeah, honestly, they started off strong, revealing the Soul Blight. I think starting with Undead, because I think most people tend to... If they don't get really excited about Undead, they're at minimum like, those are cool. Maybe not my jam, but I can appreciate a good skeleton. A good skelly man, if you will. And then ending, of course, with the Emperor's Children makes the utmost sense because it's the Emperor's Children and it's what a lot of us, not all, but a lot of us were here for. So I think that was a pretty good stream. Oh, well, thank you, Luke. I really appreciate it. He is the best. I'm sure you'll be seeing plenty of him until the end, so thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and end things now. I'm going to go spend some more time with this cute boy. And just wanted to thank you guys. It was a lovely stream. Helped take my mind off things a little bit. We got to enjoy some cool looking miniatures. I am sure that I will see you guys tomorrow, I think I'm still going to end up doing my Rogue Trader stream. We did one a little bit earlier today. We've actually had 2 streams today. So I think I'll be back tomorrow. I might have to do a P.O. Box run, so it may be a little bit later in the afternoon. But if that happens, I'll try to make a community post to let you guys know that we'll be starting a little bit later. But yeah, otherwise, I think it was a great stream. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Until next time, everybody, have a lovely hobby night. I'll see y'all later. Bye!